All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to yet another Rock and Roll Geezers show, episode number 35. And we sure are glad you're here. Thanks again for subscribing on our YouTube. We're also, of course, on Rumble and all the podcast platforms. So you can indulge us if you would while you're cruising in your car. Maybe just head over to Spotify or something and hook us up. So thanks again. We got a lot of weird news this week. So let's bring in right away my co-host and get this ball rolling, and that would be Doc Vox. How you doing there, Doc?
Oh, I'm ready to talk about all this, man. We got some breaking news today that we had to jump in and we'll get on that right away. But yeah, thanks everybody for checking us out. Welcome to our new subscribers. And it's after the long Thanksgiving holiday right now. Hope everybody did well and enjoyed all that weekend offers. And
Oh yeah,
yeah, let's get right into it, man. Big concert announcement.
absolutely. We've been talking about the Pantera, the how would you call it, reboot, getting back together, uh, and how they're slowly getting things together. Zach Wild's finally starting to learn the songs, but we came across a real exciting announcement. Boy, oh boy, that mind blowing. Lay it on us,
Yeah.
Doc.
Yeah, just this morning announced. Did not see this one coming. Metallica, the mighty Metallica, has a new album coming out called 72 Seasons,
Hmm.
and they are touring that album, and touring with them is Pantera.
Wow.
I did not see that coming. So it's a big huge tour for sure, man.
Oh,
Metallica, it's a 2 night tour in each city. They're doing a dozen or so stops. Well, they're going over to Europe first, coming over
hmm.
here for a dozen or so, going back over there, and then coming back in 2024 for the second leg and hitting the stops that they missed the first time around. So
Wow.
it's a 2 night affair. They will not repeat any songs over the 2 nights. The tickets for both nights. So this is
Okay.
not going to be something you do on a whim for sure, man.
No, it's not going to
This
be cheap.
yeah, it's not going to be cheap, but it's a commitment. It's a 2 day deal. So the first night will be Metallica, and joining them will be Pantera
Okay.
and Mammoth WVH.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow.
man, that's a lineup, man. That's right there's a
Yeah.
lineup.
Yeah, it is.
And then the second night is Metallica with our good old our faves, Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh no.
And then also joining them as a band I'm not familiar with, Ice Nine Kills.
I've heard them. I've heard of
Yeah.
them. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Five Finger Death
So
Punch.
yeah, that's kind of the lowdown on it. The Metallica
Wow.
camp has been really tight-lipped on this new album coming out.
Hmm.
Nobody knew. I'm sure Eddie Trunk knew about it, but nobody really knew about it. So it didn't leak out or anything, and now they're bringing it out. It's called the M72 World Tour. They will be coming to Chicago for our local folks in August of 24. So
Wow. It's going to be a while.
almost 2 years out. So
Damn.
but it's a 2 day affair. It'll be August 9th and 11th, and is at Soldier Field. And that's kind of one thing I kind of picked up on this tour. We just got done with the stadium tour, as they called it, with Motley Crue and Def Leppard.
Hmm.
And I kind of feel a little bit like Metallica's kind of like, okay, hold my beer. Let me show you how you really do a stadium
Yeah.
tour. And
Well, remember they made 75 million on that tour. Motley Crue,
175, yeah,
175 mil. Oy.
175 million.
So I'm sure they're
Well,
looking at that too.
well, that tour was mostly baseball stadiums, and
Right.
this
Wrigley
tour is
Field.
mostly football stadiums, which are much larger. So
Wow.
yeah, and then, like I said, it's a 2 day affair. So I can only
Uh,
imagine. I can only imagine. The ticket's not going to be cheap, but um,
I'm
going on
sorry.
sale soon in some areas. But yeah, that's
I don't know, man.
big
Yeah,
tour, man.
that's a
Tour of
good
the
deal,
next
but
couple summers.
no, I ain't gonna be able to afford that, right? Especially 2 nights. Jeez, right? One night is bad enough, but
Yeah,
not bad, but it's enough
you
on
know,
my body. But two
boy.
nights in a row, jeez.
Well, maybe I could split a ticket with somebody. I wouldn't mind doing that. I go the
Sure would be
first night.
nice to see.
Yeah, I'll go the first time with Pantera, and if somebody else wants to go the second
Say
night.
they're playing football stadium, so that would probably mean in Chicago they're going to be doing Soldier
Soldier
Field,
Field, Soldier Field,
Soldiers.
doing the what's the one in L.A. SoFi, yeah, doing
Oh
all the
boy.
big, Detroit, all of them. They're doing
Wow,
all the big
maximum
stadiums. So
attendance possibilities. You
absolutely.
know the Hollywood Casino amphitheater, which we get season tickets to. They've got a capacity of about 20,000, I think. So I can see why
Yeah,
they'd be
maybe just
playing the
shy. Yeah.
stadiums instead, where they can probably get in 60,000 or whatever. Just make a
Oh, a
ton of
football
money.
stadium, Christ, of 80,000 probably, man.
Jeez, that's wild. Well, good for them, man. That ought to be that ought to be crazy. That ought to be crazy cool. We'll be
But yeah,
seeing a
we
lot of
kind of
that.
wondering. We had prior to this story dropping today, our story for this week concerning Pantera was just that they'd announced some European dates. But yeah, this
Boom, boom, yeah.
yeah, but
Wow,
and we hadn't heard anything about the North. Just kind of like everything was kind of tight-lipped in their camp as well. But boy,
man,
yeah,
oh man,
what a bombshell was dropped today. So
very
you
cool.
could possibly be hearing it here first. So that's what we do. So.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Okay, well, aside from the breaking news, we've got the
Oh, real
continuing.
quick to finish that up,
Mm,
Metallica has a single they've released. The album comes out in April, so we still got 5 months before that comes out. Almost 4.5 months. Um, Called Lux Eterna is the
mhm.
single that they're promoting it with, in anticipation of the album.
Right, yeah,
And it's some old school kind of Metallica, man. It kind of sounds like some kind of 80s kind of Metallica. So
Ride Lightning,
so
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably probably a good one to whet the appetite of everybody for the album coming out. So
Very cool,
yeah,
very
we'll be
cool.
looking forward. I'm sure lots of promotion will be coming on forth with that, and we'll be reporting it as it comes. So
Yep. Okay, let's get down to the news here. Our melodrama, our continuing journey
oh my goodness.
melodrama. Journey, journey, journey. My goodness. Well, it's Kane, Jonathan Kane, and Neo Shan. They're just back and forth. The thing is, they both they're 50-50 partners in Nomota LLC. That's their partnership. That's the whole Journey organization there.
Well,
Nomota.
remember Steve Perry? They just filed suit with Steve Perry, or Steve Perry had actually filed suit against them about some
Yeah.
copyright issues. And now, yeah, now
Well,
Neil
this is
Schon and
totally
Jonathan
different.
Kane. Yeah, it's totally
This
different.
is
Yeah.
what happened is Neil Sean's claiming that he's not being given access to the important documents, what's going on with the money, and apparently, not only is he having trouble getting the documents, the financials, but he claims that Kane set up an American Express account without telling Sean, and that quote millions of Journey funds have flowed through it. So that could be a problem, especially if Sean doesn't know about it.
Yeah, I kind of read from that it's kind of business as usual. That card was used as normal business, but it sounds like Neil Schoen's kind of got, I don't know, kind of got his ass on his shoulders because he's not a part of the inner workings of what's going on. It's a whole mess, man. It's a huge mess.
Yes, yes, so they are. Yeah, 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 and he later he claims that Kane is interfering with Journey, refusing to respond to booking opportunities, blocking payment to band members, crew, and vendors, refusing to execute necessary operating documents, and in other ways as well. Kane has obstructed Sean from viewing expenses incurred by Kane and his touring party on
Yeah, what
band
a
tours.
mess.
So
Yeah.
it seems like things are really getting gnarly. So Neil Sean's getting all over Jonathan Kane, and Jonathan Kane he's come back. He's responded.
Oh yeah.
He released a statement about the lawsuit, and he's not happy about it. He says this is a matter that should have been resolved privately, but I am forced to publicly respond now to Neil's malicious lies and personal attacks on my family and I in an effort to garner public support for his ill-conceived lawsuit, a lawsuit that has absolutely no merit. So, they're going to find out
Wow.
in court. Neil has always had access to the credit card statements. what he lacks and what he is really seeking is the ability to increase his spending limits. Oh
There you
boy.
go. Yeah.
Wow. What a mess. He's going to go out on a tour again with what's Jonathan Cain doing? I mean, he's got 50% of everything. So this is just a mess. Obviously, they don't play together anymore, obviously, but what the hell? How can you resolve
Or
this?
are they still playing? Well, I mean,
How could they? Oh, that would be
dude,
horrifying. That would be the worst experience.
you would think, but
Oh,
bands do
gosh.
it, man. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it seems pretty vicious. But
Oh
now
my
we're hearing,
gosh.
and we had speculated on this a while back when they announced the tour that they got coming up with Toto, that they wanted, it was a 50th anniversary kind of tour, and he wanted to get Santana to jump on board with them. Kind of that he and Greg Raleigh had started with Santana and created Journey, and now he's saying he wants Greg Raleigh. He's
Yeah.
kind of saying they took a picture together on Twitter, and what was the exact quote? Something about him coming back into the band. So yeah, there's your keyboard player. He can go out with him rather than Jonathan Cain. I mean,
Well, that's what's going on because really, but it's getting so nasty. The war of words now. Sean's complaint is a classic example of desperate people doing desperate things. It's very unfortunate that Neil and Neil alone has created such difficulties for himself and his family through his prolific spending. Wow, I did not know that. I have to check his net worth for
wow.
crying out loud. See what's going on. I can't believe he's hurting for money. If he's hurting for money, then that's on him, man. Jeez. Considering the kind of money those songs have brought in.
We had talked a while back with the Steve Perry issue, the suing about copyrights, and we found out how they didn't have domain over a lot of their stuff until 2005.
Right.
And I had speculated that it may have been because of the White Sox using their song for their World Series run, that kind of thing. But we just kind of realized just what really bad management they've had. And I think this is just a result of that.
That's stunning. Yeah,
Nobody knows.
Basically is.
Yeah, nobody knows what's going on. Nobody's, you would think Neil would be the main guy. He's the guy that started the band. He's the only original guy left. He's, now we reported a while back he took over his management. You think he would be 100% aware of everything.
Yeah.
But it's just
my gosh, you have to be. It's a business, damn it. It's not, at your age, it's just mind blowing. There's Greg.
Yeah, this is
right
just
there.
a bit. I don't know, an example of really bad management over the years. I think this band's
That's horrible.
apart, and it's really just due to bad management. It's just
people need to find out who the hell the management is and
Yeah.
get the hell away from them.
In this day and age, for that to be the case, with a band like Journey, I mean, a worldwide, beloved band. I mean, this is unbelievable. But
yeah, crazy. Yeah, there you go, Journey. Jeez, yeah. Well, and it'll be a continuing melodrama, so they're going to feed us with a lot of material for quite a while. I have a feeling there, Doc. So it is what it is.
When this first came up, we kind of remember Neil said they were going to peel back the onion, so that kind of
holy cow,
it's definitely getting peeled back. We're getting all kinds of stuff here, so
just crazy.
I'm sure there'll be more to come.
Yeah, man. Well, here we go. Bob Dylan's in the news again.
Oh, my boy.
Talked about him a few times recently, and wow, he put out a book apparently, and
yeah, we spoke about that last week. Remember, he pissed off some people, but nonetheless, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, well, I just lost it here. Yeah, he put out a book. And there were special copies, $600 copies, that were supposedly signed by Bob Dylan, but they weren't signed by Bob Dylan. They were what do you call it?
Auto pen.
Auto pen. Yes. They were auto penned, and people paid $600 for the philosophy of modern song, $600, and it wasn't even signed by him. And that's the whole thing. It's just amazing. And he Dylan,
Yeah.
he commented about it. Said, "I've been made aware that there's some controversy about signatures on some of my recent artwork prints and on a limited edition of Philosophy of Modern Song. I've hand signed each and every one, and jeez, he kept complaining and complaining, well, I just lost the article here.
Well, he was
Complaining about
talking.
it,
He was
and
talking about with COVID, and it was a big production to get these signings going, and they recommended management recommended that he do the auto pen. That people do it all the time, and it's not that big a deal. And but now it's coming out to be a big deal. It reminds me. You always see that on like Pawn Stars. They always bring the expert in to see if the autograph has been auto penned. So because it greatly decreases the value of the book. If you're paying $600, you want the real deal. So
oh, and it's funny on Pawn Stars. Somebody once brought in a supposed signed contract, Woodstock contract from the Who,
right,
and yeah, the thing is, it there's millions of copies of that out there because it came in the album Live at Leeds.
yeah,
So,
that's part of the
and they
package.
bring it
Yeah,
in thinking they're gonna make a ton of
yeah,
money, and they make absolutely nothing. But yeah, Dylan, they apologized, and the printer wasn't going to do anything about it at first, and then they said, well, we'll buy him back or whatever. So yeah, he really screwed up on that one. I'm
yeah. It
sorry,
sounds like
everybody.
he's gonna make it right. So
He got caught, but yeah, you don't want to book that's auto penned. Good grief, presidents do that every now and then, and people like that. But
yeah, he
yeah,
said during the pandemic he had vertigo as well. He had
all right.
vertigo. Yeah, he had vertigo, so it was just made it really difficult and he had deadlines to make and that kind of thing. So they kind of took the shortcut of the auto pen. So but still, I mean, I think you got to hold
600.
that off. I think you got to hold that off and tell the fans, this is what's going on. We want to make sure you get the real deal. And
Yeah,
you
he
know,
can easily make it right though, so that's cool. Yeah. Oh, Bob.
what would
the
Bob
hell?
Dylan be like with vertigo, man? Oh, what the hell?
Hey,
Can't do
where the hell am I at?
it.
I'm feeling low.
Oh, dizzy.
Hey, watch out, everybody. I'm Bob Dylan coming down to me. Gonna give him my guitar, you pull. Okay, Bob, whatever you say or whatever you tried to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Bob, whatever, legendary songwriter, legend. So,
Dude, he's influenced everything after him, man. That
yeah,
period, dude. I
yeah,
mean, that's
absolutely. Speaking of being influenced, there's apparently a gentleman who jumped onto a Black Crow stage, and he was promptly influenced by guitarist Rich Robinson, who did the El Kabong on him.
yeah.
Apparently,
Did you see the video?
No, I did not actually.
Yeah, they got video of it. So the guy jumps up there and security or one of the roadies on or whatever it was kind of comes up to get him off, and as he's getting kind of dragged off, Chris, the singer, Chris Robinson, kind of gives him a swipe with the mic stand a little bit.
Okay.
And so he gets off to the side of the stage, but then he fights that guy off.
Oh,
And he comes back, and then Rich, just takes the end of the guitar and just bam right in the sternum, man, like right in the chest, right there. And the guy just kind of doubles over, and they haul him off for good, and they go
that's
back
not
into
the
song,
stage.
so.
That's not the stage you want to rush because the Robinsons they're a mad couple of brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a bad mistake because you don't want to mess with the Robinsons, especially on stage, for crying out loud.
Yep.
And I got to say, we saw him. We saw him, right?
We saw him. This has been the
Right.
longest tour, man. They've been on tour now. This is 2 years. We saw him in 21.
Right. I know. I know. I saw him, but I wasn't sure if it was you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a great tour. What they
Yeah,
had,
yeah, it was
Hunting?
and they're still on the same tour, and they're
Are
doing
they
it.
really?
Well, it started as the 30th anniversary of Shake Your Moneymaker. Remember, they did the whole album, and
Right,
they were
yeah.
in the middle of a Stare It Cold off of the album when this incident happened. But yeah, they were in Melbourne, Australia, and I don't know. I guess some Aussie got couple Fosters in them down there or something. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know. But
Oh
they
yeah,
took
yeah.
care
You
of him
know, he
quite.
messed up a song, so shortly after he got secured, one of the band members could be heard saying, "Hey, you throw that MFer out. You get the F out of here. Get the
Yeah,
F
yeah, that's what
out."
Chris was saying. Yeah, yeah,
And then they escorted his ass on out of there. But
yeah.
really,
Of
come on,
course, get the
people.
cheers from the crowd. So
In this day and age, it ain't like the old days. This day and age, you don't know what kind of crazy son of a bitch is jumping up on stage.
exactly, you got that right. Yeah,
It's just you can't risk it. I mean, dime
yeah,
bag, come on, boom.
yeah, yeah. There you go.
You know,
Enough said. Yeah,
here's a story I just love.
yeah.
Gosh
Me too.
Almighty, it's great because it's modern technology screwing with Axl Rose. You can't go wrong with
Yeah.
that, man. Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose has asked fans to stop flying drones at their gigs.
How is that even allowed? How?
I don't know. And here we go with Australia again. It's those crazy Aussies, I'm telling you. The band's currently on tour in Australia, and the frontman took to social media this weekend, last weekend, to protest drones being flown over the crowd and up to the stage during their performances. Wow. Jeez, that's crazy,
How is
man.
that even allowed? How can you like bring a drone in, or are they doing it from outside the show? You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if you're aware. You ever familiar with the show Portlandia? I
Oh
think it's
yeah, right, right.
an independent. It's Fred Armisen, and it's got kind of skits and stuff. But there's an episode where that's what they do. Instead of going to the festival, they get drones. And there's a service that supplies the drone, and
Right.
they build it as you being there without being there. And it's kind of like, is that the future now? Is that what's going to be going on
Like
now?
nothing but drones in the
Yeah,
audience
exactly.
hovering.
Just going to be all these drones hovering above, and just
Well,
I don't know.
Axel wasn't happy about it. He said,
Had a few drones this leg. Last night, Gold Coast, Australia was probably the most intrusive. It was a bit of a distraction, as obviously someone thought it was just okay to be doing that, but also it come that close in front of the stage and then actually over the stage. People were pissed. However much fun anybody's having, you still try to stay focused and do your job and give fans the best show you can.
so he's all pissed off. Anyway, we get it. It can be fun, he says, to get your drone bootleg vid, but we appreciate if anybody planned to be drone and pirate took the fans and band into consideration. Good point. You can't be doing that shit, like you said. How is that
You said this is in
allowable?
Australia. Maybe they
Yeah.
have different
Yeah.
different regulations or whatnot over there, but I can imagine
Crazy.
happening over here, man. Probably fans would be trying to swipe them down, and
There in Walkabout Creek. Yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah,
I
with
don't know. It's very
Crocodile
odd,
Dundee.
odd story.
That's going to be a new problem, I bet, on outdoor gigs. And why
Yeah,
not?
that's what I'm wondering. Yeah,
Too many creepers. Wow. Well, oh, I got Axel's hair. There we go. Yeah, but that's it. That's interesting. That's the first I've heard of that, but it'll probably start a boom now. It's probably going to
I
start.
hope
Thanks a
not.
lot, Axel.
Bad enough dealing with cell phones and shit. Now I got to deal with
Oh
drones
gosh.
too.
Yeah. You're right about that. Jeez. Now, yeah. Now this. Jeez. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If it's low enough, though, I'll sacrifice my $80 phone to try and knock it out of the air. I'd be happy to do that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure people are going to be doing that. Whatever
I'd
they
do
have,
it for sure. Yeah. Okay, here's a story that really is quite upsetting. It concerns it concerns our buddy Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
There he is, looking good, kid, looking good. But there's a video out there of he's all pissed off, and I gotta we trashed the shit out of him earlier this year.
Yeah, we do,
You
but
did, but he's a good all-American guy. He loves
yeah,
American
kind
stuff.
of. I
So
think it's his heart's in the right place sometimes.
yeah, it is on this respect. The video is amazing. It concerns the former Nashville home of the country music legend Hank Williams. Period. End of story.
Oh yeah,
Legend.
the hillbilly
And
Shakespeare.
they had some freaking fund manager from California move in, Larry Keel. He bought the 268-acre property in 2021, and apparently he's working on trying to get it demolished. He just let it go to hell, so that he's got
Yeah, intentionally just
intentionally
neglected it. Yeah.
demolish it. The problem is he moved in here, and they've got the Preservation Society, which he gave a hefty donation to. So taking care of each other, quid pro quo, and
Right.
he's thinking about trying to they think he's going to try and knock it down, and that's bullshit. And then Kid Rock says, we are sick of seeing we're sick of seeing history torn to the ground, whether it be from the form of monuments, statues, or now something so important here in Nashville, like the former home of Hank Williams. And that's correct, man.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
That's
I
a
don't see it
country
quite
monument.
as the same thing. I mean, the statues and stuff, that was kind of a political, bullshit kind of thing. But this is a different thing. This kind of business, kind of the greedy landowner kind of thing, and yeah, it would seem you could probably make more money turning into a museum or something.
Yeah,
I don't know if they already have one. Maybe they already have a Hank
shame
Williams
that the country music industry didn't buy it or whatever. It
Yeah,
says
yeah.
here, residents in support of Save Historic Beechwood Hall, that's what it's called, purport that despite promises to restore and preserve the property, the house has been slowly dismantled and the front and back doors are being left wide open in
Yeah,
an effort to create a perception that the property is too far gone to be restored.
right.
That's bull. That's
That's
bull.
a shame, man. For
Oh man.
Yeah, for a landlord just to intentionally let a home of that value, historical value anyway, to go to hell just so he can demolish it. That's just
And some hot shot from California. That's another big deal.
knows nothing about Hank Williams. Probably
He
never
couldn't
know.
care less.
Couldn't care
It's all
less.
about profit for him,
Yeah,
the property,
exactly.
the land, and all
Exactly.
that crap. So, man, and shame for the country music industry for not doing something about that. Christ, you folks have money too. You could spend it wisely like that, but
Yeah,
Kid
Hank
Rock's
Williams. I
bringing
mean,
it up.
in a lot
I
of ways,
imagine.
he was the first rock star in a lot of ways. I mean,
Oh man,
he was a hellraiser, man. But
yeah.
rock wasn't around, so country was a genre, and he.
Man, oh man, there you go, brother. So good for Kid on that. Like I say, we don't give two hoots about your concerts or whatnot, but it is what it is. And next up, of course, oh my, Mr. Big. There's a name we haven't heard in quite a while. There they are, all the handsome suckers. That guy on your right with the real short blonde hair, Billy Sheehan. He's probably the best bass player out there right now in the rock music.
Yeah, has been
industry.
for a while. We talked about him a while back. Remember, he's a Scientologist. Remember?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And just the guy can shred on a bass, which is pretty damn impressive. He can shred on a bass along with the guitarist, and
Paul Gilbert.
yeah, wow.
So yeah, Mr. Big, there's this band. They're out of San Francisco. They were kind of the big, local band. All the local big. Paul Gilbert's, phenomenal guitarist in his own right, and he's done a ton of stuff. And their drummer passed 2018 from Parkinson's. Guy Pat Torrey passed. So now they're gonna give it a go and reunite with using their touring drummer Matt Starr. Excuse me. So yeah, Mr. Big, they had the big hit "Be With You."
All I ever want.
Yeah.
be with you.
Little side note: the singer for Mr. Big, guy named Eric Martin, and he had been around for a long time, and he had a band on his own called the Eric Martin Band, and I have their album here.
Ah,
Eric Martin Band had a song called "Sucker for a Pretty Face," and the reason I got this, I saw them when I was out in California in the Army, and I saw them, and they had a local hit, that we were already aware of on the radio. It was just a local hit, and I kind of like that song, so we went to see them. But they've been around for a long time, and see what kind of tour they can put together.
yeah. Yep. I hope that, come to Hollywood Casino. I don't think they've added any more shows yet, Doc. I think we've still got just 3 shows going with Matchbox 20, not Mariah Carey,
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain, and never mind.
The
Foreigner.
cover band known as Foreigner. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
and,
this is exactly the kind of act that would play there, though. So yeah, they could possibly.
yeah.
be
I hope
coming
they
around,
hope they hook up with a good tour and come on by, because man, I'm ready for another summer of just balls to the wall rock and roll. Swear to God. Okay, man. Hey, here's something, and I'm surprised about. There's our buddy Dave.
Oh yeah.
The Big Four, if you remember, back in 2011, the iconic Big Four bill, the concert bill, which brought together on one bill, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, brought together Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax. My gosh, that almost that probably killed people.
And there was one part a lot of people don't know. There was one part of that tour where they had a 5th band, that's kind of opening band or whatever, and it was an up and coming band known as Alice in Chains.
Whoa, baby! Wow,
So,
yeah.
That was before or maybe right when Man in the Box came out, maybe, or slightly before. I don't know, but yeah,
I'll be darned. But Mustaine, Dave, the happy one, he's calling
Smiley.
Smiley. Let's call him Smiley. Good call, Doc. Yeah, he wants to get the ball rolling again. He wants to do another a Big Four concert tour, and boy, I can't blame him. I think that'd be pretty damn cool. And oh man, yeah.
Well, he's talking about doing like a passing of the torch kind of thing. And he's talking about where to be the 4 of them, and then like the next 4, which they have to figure out who they are. Which I'm saying, if you have to figure out who they are, maybe they're not that big. Maybe they're not the Big Four. So, I don't know. To me, it sounds like he's kind of putting a lot on Metallica. He's kind of calling for Metallica to put this together.
Yeah.
Well, as we just heard, Metallica's got other plans, man. They're going out with Pantera, so
they are definitely busy.
I don't think they have any plans of rehashing the Big Four. And not only that, but Slayer's done. Slayer's retired. There's no more shows. They're done. So, there's another huge obstacle. So it just sounds like Dave's kind of tired of opening up for 5 Finger Death Punch, and wants to get with the big boys again. And I don't think anybody's really interested in it other than him. So
it probably won't happen. But hey, because like you say, who's the next 4? Really, nothing comes to my mind.
Yeah,
yeah. So also before we go on, I noticed you watched the Bill Barr video where he talks about Meshuggah.
Yeah.
Yes. I tell you, we got to go see him, man. He told you you got to go see him. So we'll see what happens. Next up, man, oh man, a name we haven't heard too much of lately, and that's the good people of Smashing Pumpkins. There he is. Yeah. They're they're headlining an inaugural festival. Oh my gosh, boy, that's got to be a risk,
Yeah, we've talked about that back in the summer when it was festival season, and all the ones that were getting canceled for, they never really quite gave the reasons. Always unforeseen circumstances was pretty much the line given all the time. But Yeah, putting a festival together is not all that easy, as we have learned. So, but this is a 1 day affair. They're looking to do it, I guess, right now in Mexico City, which a
Mhm.
lot of this stuff's going on in Mexico. I'm not sure what's going on down
In
there, but
March too. That's
yeah, yeah,
not too far off.
yeah. So they just came off of a tour with Jane's Addiction. We were talking about that. So
Right,
that
right.
that that just wrapped up, and now he's looking to put this together. So
Boy, oh boy.
you know,
Well, we'll see. You know, Mexico City might be ready for some damn entertainment. Pardon me.
they have
Smash. You know,
they got a few bands lined up already. So see
yeah,
how it goes.
I'm not a big Smashing Pumpkins guy myself.
Yeah, we differ on that
More
one.
power to them.
I like the pump.
Yeah,
Man.
you know, hey,
There's some not not all their songs hit me just right, but Siamese Dreams is a pretty good album, so I like that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and a couple of quick notes here. I don't know if you saw this, but this is amazing. Tommy Lee. Tom, you know.
All right, hold
we
on.
went-
Can I stop you just for a second?
Please, okay, do it.
Last week we did a show without mentioning Motley Crue,
But
and now here we are. We have to mention them again.
Doc, I had an article last week about the bass player arguing with somebody, and I forgot to bring it up, so I broke the chain, and I'm ashamed of that. I thought about that because I had an article. It's like, oh my gosh, Nikki Sixx is arguing with somebody about something great, but then I forgot to bring it up. Oh, it hurt so much.
No, I'm glad the streak was broken, man. I wanted it to be broken.
Okay. Well, in any case, yeah, Tommy Lee, he put out a video, and I actually watched it, and I don't have to describe it because the headline says Tommy Lee's new music video is a quote dysfunctional animated orgy from hell, unquote. And yeah, that pretty much says it. It's I don't know what's going on in his mind.
That
man.
doesn't sound so bad.
Oh no. Well, you'd have to see it. I don't know what's going on in his mind, but he's really out of his freaking
Except for the
mind.
Tommy Lee part, it doesn't sound so bad.
It's called a bouncy castle. And
oh my
let
gosh.
me read the first paragraph here. Tommy Lee has shared a new song, Bouncy Castle, and the accompanying video created in collaboration with animator Smearballs is everything we might expect and more from the Motley Crue drummer following his rib-breaking wiener displaying performance on this summer stadium tour. And he's right. This thing's just demented. You have to see it. It's that crazy weird. But it is what it is.
I'll be watching as soon as we're done.
You'll see it. Yeah, go see it. You'll say, what the hell? What's going on here? What am I looking at here? Yeah, and another person who's really in our radar quite a bit is Ozzy, of course.
Yes.
Chimney creepers. They he'll sell his soul, to a tramp on a corner, for Christ's sakes. Now they in the WWE series, the wrestling series, they actually used war pigs in the big fabulous opening sequence.
Yeah.
And Ozzy was there too, lip syncing it poorly, really badly, because they used the original song and then he's lip syncing to it.
Why?
Why? Why?
Was Sharon there too, or
huh? No,
was Sharon there too? Not just
no. I'm surprised though, that she wasn't there. But oh boy, Ozzy, what the hey?
Oh, that's just so wrong on so many levels. That's just
yeah. Well, in any case, here, that's a lot of crazy freaking news, man.
But you know what? You got to play to your audience too. I'm sure there's a lot of people in there.
Oh yeah, people were probably going nuts. Going nuts. And he actually, he was actually performed. Unlike the Super Bowl, that'll play Metallica songs through every game during the breaks, and then when it comes to the halftime of the Super Bowl, they have freaking
Rihanna or somebody,
rap people,
some shit, yeah, you're right.
But, oh, jeez,
yeah, right. So like Metallica or Soundgarden or something cool like that. But yeah, when it comes to the halftime show, actually paying somebody to perform, let's get the schmaltz.
Okay, well, let's get to our main topic here. Hang on, let me put a new background. A nice. It's a time of the year. There we go. Ah, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's the holidays.
Holiday season,
You know,
man.
getting together. We just had
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, and obviously we got the big Christmas season coming up, and
Yeah.
getting together with family members and having big meals. And
Yep,
I don't know
yep.
about all of you, but I have vegetarians and vegans in my family, and
What?
sometimes you have to. Yeah, my daughters are one's vegetarian, one's vegan, so
Oh,
you
wow.
have to accommodate their situation, and that's all well and good. That's fine, but
Oh,
you may
man.
not know that there's a lot of our rock stars that are vegetarian and vegan. That some you may know, some of you could possibly guess, but some I would never guess. So
Oh, man.
let's see what we got. Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie. Well, that sort of surprises me, considering
Yeah.
his, just his appearance, his attitude, the whole, getting caboodle. That does sort of surprise me.
He's been vegetarian since 18, since he turned 18, and last 10 years has been vegan, totally vegan. So
Wow.
that seems to be a trend. I see that we'll look into a lot of these, or maybe about 10 years or so ago, kind of being vegetarian wasn't enough, and a lot of people took it. To me, it's like another, the next notch, I guess, to vegan. So
Right. Yeah. Because, you can't have milk. Vegan is totally no animal thing at all.
Right,
No
right,
cheese,
right.
milk, any of
No
that.
wearing
crap.
leather. Yeah, no wearing leather. No.
Well,
no
that's
nothing.
unacceptable. I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. You have to be able to wear leather. That's
Well,
just
that's
the
what's
way it
keeping
is.
Joan Jett from being vegan. Joan Jett's vegetarian, but she won't be total vegan because she's got to find a way around wearing leather. Man.
Wow.
So, she's pretty much vegan except for the leather. So
Well, Joan Jett. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. Yeah, I think she doesn't have a boyfriend. I believe she's lesbian. It doesn't matter. I'm just stating. It seems.
well, that's the thing. She's been with her manager has kind of been her male partner, I guess, for a
Oh,
long
okay.
time. And
Oh, all right.
but that's all just who really knows. Yeah, I've heard both ways. So
Right. And this one really bums me out. Is Brian May?
Brian May, yeah.
Come on, man. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe that helps in his incredible harmonies on
It's
guitars.
okay to be vegetarian, Murph. It's all right. It's
I guess. God, Brian May, he's so great. Those first two Queen albums, they came out in the early '70s, mid '70s, and
yeah.
that was right in my era, man. Right, boom, right
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
And geez, the guitar work is just stunning.
He's
People
always
may
had the
not-
same guitar, man. Old
Yeah,
Red,
the old red.
Yeah.
People may not know he made that guitar with his dad. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it sounds unique and it's just unbelievable.
Oh yeah,
How cool!
Yeah, definitely a unique tone. But I guess he's got some medical issues where they want him to eat fish and eggs, so he's not like totally
Protein, so he needs
yeah.
the protein.
Yeah, so he's not totally vegetarian. So he's he's kind of
Okay. Well, good for him, man.
I guess no red meat, that kind of thing, but he does eat fish and eggs. So
Wow, that Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot Chili Peppers. He was voted the sexiest male vegetarian in 2008, and now he's a vegan. Oh, I don't know.
yeah, see what I'm saying? There's a lot of them that made that switch from vegetarian to vegan right about that time. It
I
kind
don't
of seemed
get
to
it,
be
man.
a shift in the culture. I think
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz. What's with him, man? Wow.
Lenny's vegan, and he's also big into just a raw diet. So there's been
Wow.
periods like for a year at a time or so, you just eat everything raw.
Wow. That can't be bad in terms of vegetables and stuff, fruits and stuff. But
Yeah,
well,
so
and he eats nuts. He eats nuts for the protein.
nuts and berries and whatnot. But which still surprises me because he looks like he always stinks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think a guy with all those eating habits wouldn't. I don't know. He just looks. Maybe I don't know. Maybe not the most hygienic guy. Maybe I don't know.
And
I love Lenny Kravitz, man. I love the
Geezer Butler. What the?
favorite geezer.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they never had a good mix on. I thought they never mixed his bass well on the Black Sabbath albums. You can never hear the bass enough. But nonetheless, that's just me.
Yeah.
But he went vegan at 8 years. He went veg at 8 years old.
Yeah.
Stripes. So man, these guys are really
Yeah, there's a story where he, I guess they had steak or whatever it was, and he cut into it, and the blood came out. It was bleeding. He asked his mom what that was, and she explained it to him, and it just freaked him out, and he's never touched it again, man.
Same with Bill
So,
Ward, drummer
Yeah.
of Black Sabbath, is wow, vegan. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. I'm sorry, man. I got nothing like a good steak. Travis Barker, drummer, Blink 182. It's all them. Tats,
Yeah, I guess he
man.
went vegan after he was in the airplane crash they survived, obviously, back down whenever that was, 08, I think, something like that.
Mhm.
And he went vegan after that, which I don't quite get the correlation there, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah, really. What's up with that? Jeez. And of course, Elisa White Glues, who I follow on Facebook. She's the lead singer of what the heck's her name? Oh,
Arch Enemy?
Arch Enemy. Thank you, Doc. Yeah, Arch Enemy. Elisa White Gluten. She's very hot, and she's got a angelic singing voice, and then she's got the screaming voice that you hate so much, but she does it so well. And then Jeff Beck. Oh my, Jeff.
By the way,
Beck.
she has never touched meat. She has never touched meat ever in her life.
That's wild, man.
So apparently, her parents raised her that way, and she's continued.
More power to him.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm going to change my background here. Let's get.
Which, quite honestly, that would be the way to go. That would be
There
an
we
easier
go.
way, I think. If you don't know what you're missing,
If you never touch it, yeah, you don't miss it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
So Jeff Beck since 1969.
Right?
Yeah, vegetarian. Wow, what's wrong with these people? I'm sorry. I don't.
Well, most of the Beatles, I think all the Beatles were vegetarian.
Well,
right?
here we go with Paul McCartney, legendary. That in '71, him and Linda went veg, and he's been ever since.
I think all the Beatles.
Really? Didn't he have some goofy concert thing where none of his roadies or anything could be wearing leather or eating? I mean,
oh, really?
He was really insane.
Wow, well, he's Paul McCartney, man. He can do that.
He can do whatever the hell he wants. And of course, Ringo, he went
Yeah.
vegetarian in the '60s after
Yeah.
watching a bullfight. So wow, look at the
another one,
bulls.
I mean, I guess I can kind of see the correlation there.
That
but,
son of a bitch has a sword. Wait, look out, bull! Don't run towards him. He's gonna stab you in the neck. I don't get bullfighting. It's not much of a fight. Yeah, take away, give the bull a sword, you son of a bitch. Then see what happens. When he rams you and sticks you. Yeah, I never got that. The bullfighting, but different cultures do what they do. Morrissey, who the freak cares what the? Oh,
here we go. Talked about Morrissey. He's such a douche. And,
he's such a douche.
And talked about his shows. The venue can't sell meat. Can't. So he was at Riot Fest, and obviously they're not going to not sell meat throughout the whole fest. So they just do it while he's on stage. And of course, guys, a bunch of punks there. It's a punk fest. Load up on whatever, hot dogs, Italian beef, or whatever, and they're throwing it at him. He's up on stage. So.
It says here, the former Smiths frontman is famously vegan, even canceling shows if the venue he's playing continues to sell meat products at night.
Yeah.
Boy, that's douche. He even looks like a.
If he sees a hamburger, he's out of there, man.
Wow, here we go. Legendary Kinks frontman Ray Davies. He's a vegan, a vegetarian. A vegetarian, he likes to surprise non-veggies with his cooking. Yeah, and I'm sure, they've got to have some good stuff. There's no doubt, because people ain't going to eat crap. They're not going to eat just garbage. So I'm sure, that vegetarians come up with some good.
Yeah, they get pretty creative, and now they have all the plant-based, fake meats and stuff.
Ray Davies brings people over. They say that was incredible, and then they're totally shocked to hear that there's no meat in it. So you can make some good stuff. I just don't want to bother. You look at the list of ingredients in like a hamburger, and then fake meat burger, and the list of ingredients is ridiculous on the plant-based. So I'll go with the straight meat. Phil Collin, legendary buff guitarist.
That guy
for
doesn't
Def
have an
Leppard.
ounce of fat on him, man. He really doesn't, man.
He's really been buffing. He's in the
Yeah.
martial arts and all that stuff, and he went vegan after reading the China Study and watching the documentary Forks Over Knives. So
Yeah, he's really health food conscious. I mean, he's
Buff
never
as
even
hell.
had so much as a Dorito, man. This guy just nothing
that's
but
no
nothing,
fun.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know,
and the
but
drummer
what he's
too.
into.
Ah, Rick Allen, the drummer, is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
vegetarian. After losing his arm, he said, "Hey, I can't eat meat with only one arm." So
Yeah, I don't get that one, man.
yeah. Oh man. So hey, good for him. Whatever. It's all good. They're gonna be vegan. Kirk Hammett.
Kirk
Jeez.
Cammett, yeah.
What's wrong with her? Okay. Well, they're all healthy and playing, so I can't bitch. It's obviously working for them, and they look young, and Weird Al. Oh my gosh.
Weird Al just became vegetarian in the 90s, so it kind of makes sense. He was doing all those songs about food back in the 80s, eat it and all that stuff. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, cool. Like I say, if they're the other thing is to get the protein. They as long as their diet's giving them the protein they need, more power to them. But yeah, a bunch of Iggy Pop. No, okay, wait a minute. Time out. Iggy is. Let me see. What does it say here? Planetary.com says the godfather of punk eats vegan and macrobiotic diet to keep in shape for performance.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, man.
A macrobiotic. Yeah, I'm sure it's some scientific bullshit, but he's vegan. I'll be damned.
Wow. Yeah, once he got sober, he kicked heroin a couple times, but I think for good in the early 80s. And then gave up everything else, I think early 2000s, probably 20, 25 years ago now. So he's been pretty clean for a long time. I know he's big into Tai Chi and, really keeping his shape because he performs with his shirt off all the time, man. He wants to look good. So he's really, he's pretty health conscious.
Well, he looks like a mess. Come on.
Yeah.
He
does. I mean, you got to think, I mean,
got the veins poking out all over it.
I mean, he put his body through hell for a long time, but I think now he's pretty health conscious and I'm not sure what the macrobiotic diet is, but he's really into that. So, yeah.
Oh gosh, here we go. Bryan Adams. I'm not surprised. The summer of '69 rocker has been a vegan for over 30 years. As a founding member of Betterment, Adams aims to help increase awareness of responsible eating habits, such as choosing plant-based milk and instead of traditional dairy to better.
Yeah, and the soy milk and the almond milk.
Oh yeah. So, no, that's enough of that crap, people. Sorry. So yeah.
A couple others. Prince is vegetarian.
Was he?
Yeah, he was 2006 sexiest vegetarian. Or Anthony Kiedis won at 108, but Prince won it in 06. Chrissy Hynde, she's big. She's a big PETA supporter. She's always been. She's been vegetarian, I think, since the 60s or 70s at least. Anyway.
PETA does kill animals, just so people know that. And in case you don't know that, you can look that up. They do. They put animals down, so they ain't all cool people there. It's a weird situation. So
yeah,
but yeah, let them do what they wish. But there you go, man. You got any more there, real?
No.
Man, oh man, that's a lot I did not know. And more power to them. I love chicken. I love beef.
Yeah, I think we can all, eat a little healthier.
Some get out from here.
More extremes than other, but
when I'm done with this program, I'm heading right out and into the kitchen and firing up some biscuits and gravy, man. So
there you go.
Yeah, it's all good.
I've learned a lot through my daughters. Kind of cooking, things that you can have and substitutes and whatnot. I mean,
that's
not for me. There's no way at this point in my life I'm gonna go that route. But good for them. I hope it.
Yeah.
If it adds a couple years on, more power to you.
Oh, I love that. I love that Christmas thing. That's cool, man. Yeah. Can't wait, man. The thing about Christmas presents, I've got 6 grandkids, 3 kids, 6 grandkids, and they all know what they're getting. I get them the same thing every year, but it's
Right.
valuable and they appreciate it. It's good, and yeah, yeah. So because I don't know what the hell to get youngsters these days. My kids don't need another blender. They don't need another toaster or anything.
Right.
So I get them something that, yeah, yeah. Kids and grandkids all do well. They look
Right
forward
on.
to Christmas. So
Yeah, it's my
yeah,
first one as a grandparent. Just became a grandparent here about a month ago, and
there you go, man.
very
Yeah.
much looking forward to sharing that and future ones as well. So
Do what I do, man.
tis the season, man.
Do what I do. Yeah, yeah. You can't go wrong. They'll dig it in the future for sure. So there you go, man. Freaking A, Doc. That was a great show, man.
Great show,
God, I
man.
love this background. I'm gonna have to use that more with the upcoming Christmas season. Grab a Santa hat and all that crap. But yeah, it's gonna be looking forward to a really great New Year. A lot of concerts next year for you and me, and freaking A. Again, thanks everybody
Yeah.
for subscribing. We got a couple of new subscribers this week, and thanks a lot for joining us, man. It's an interesting journey, and there's always something new coming up. There's so much drama in the music industry that we'll be talking about this forever. So
There's stories about drama and like the Journey story, and there's just wacky stories, and there's just all
Ozzy.
kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Axel and the drones, and there's just always something. So
Absolutely. So,
yeah,
so in any case, Doc, thanks everybody. Be sure to like our videos and all that stuff. And Doc, I'll give you the last word, my man.
thank you, sir. I had a great week. Hope y'all did too. Enjoyed your holiday, and we'll see you next time. Have a great rock and roll filled week. Until then, take care.